We've got afternoon baseball here at the Metrodome. The New York Yankees and Minnesota Twins, they complete their 2009 regular season series. The Twins hoping to salvage a victory. Francisco Liriano takes the mound one day earlier than normal for the Minnesota Twins, with Perkins missing last night's start due to the flu. He moves up a day, and what can he do to be successful today? He can just throw the ball and rely on his defense. It has been spectacular this series. Carlos Gomez, Joe Crede, an outstanding catch last night. Michael Kadire with a nice relay to throw a guy out at second base. The defense has been spectacular, and it's Joe Mauer gunning down Brett Gardner at second base, trying to steal last night. Joe Mauer currently leads all batting average, leads everyone in batting average with 388. He's the leader. Bert Blyleven and Dick Bramer have more on Mauer.
And by Home Furniture. There's no place like home.
All right, the Twins will try it one more time. Final game of the regular season between the Twins and the New York Yankees. The Twins still looking for their first win this year against New York. It's going to happen today.
That's all we need is one.
We just need one. Dick Bramer and Bert Blyleven for the series finale. The Yankees sweeping a 4-game series in New York against the Twins. And that seemed to be the turning point of their season.
Well, you know what? The Twins played the Yankees extremely well in New York, but the Yankees did sweep the Twins. And really, since that time, a couple walk-offs for the Yankees. It's been the Yankees that have been red hot. 33-17 since May 15th. How have they done it? Well, yeah, they score a lot of runs. But the biggest thing, their team pitching's really coming into play now, to where the Yankees are a very tough ball club. Yes, they have all-stars almost at every position, but they need good pitching.
There was some concern for the Twins in March whether Joe Mauer would be able to play, when he'd be able to play. Did not play in the month of April, but now officially has caught up after a month of inactivity.
Thank goodness. Now Joe Mauer is in the category of leading the American League in hitting. A career .324 hitter. He's won 2 batting titles already. Currently leads, hitting .388. It's going to be fun to watch the rest of the summer. Joe Mauer holding on to that lead. Maybe over Ichiro. Don't know who it's going to be, but hopefully Joe Mauer will win his 3rd batting title.
Twins have had to scramble their rotation in this series because of Glenn Perkins' illness yesterday. Francisco Liriano moves up a day, and maybe he'll be the guy that'll put the Twins in the left-hand column against New York.
They are the best team money can buy, and they are finally playing like it. The Yankees have had the Twins number all season long, and today they go for the season sweep of Minnesota. Will the Twins salvage the series in their final chance to snag a win from the Yanks? Find out next. Twins baseball starts right now. And the Twins, who prior to this series had won 4 series in a row, hope to avoid a sweep here at the hands of the Yankees. After a 4-game sweep in New York, now the Yankees have won the first 2 here in Minnesota. And that guy taking the mound will be largely responsible for turning this season series back around if he can. The Menards batting order for the Yankees: Derek Jeter leading off, Nick Swisher hitting second, Mark Teixeira third, Alex Rodriguez, Jorge Posada, Robinson Cano, Melky Cabrera, Cody Ransom, and Brett Gardner.
And it'll be Francisco Liriano on the mound, making his 18th start this season, looking for his 5th win. He's been in a good groove over his last 6 starts. He's 2-1 with a 3.79 ERA. And the Twins, the most important thing, have won 5 of his last 6 starts. So Liriano making his 2nd start this season and his 2nd career start against the Yankees. He wants to pitch like he did in New York, except for the 6 walks.
And the Twins out in the field going with their, what we saw in National League parks in the outfield. Kubel, Span, and Kadire in the outfield. Busher, Punto, Tolbert, Morneau around the infield. Mike Redmond does the catching, and Joe Mauer is in the lineup as the designated hitter. And Kubel taking over in left field for Span or Delman Young.
One thing about Liriano, which has really helped him, he's starting to work both sides of the plate now. Earlier in the year, he was really struggling with his control inner half of the plate. And then Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, had him try to stay over that pitching rubber a little bit longer so he could work the outer half as well as the inner half of that home plate. His only start against the Yankees came earlier this year in New York. He pitched 6 innings. He walked 6 strikeouts, only gave up 1 run, and that's what he needs to do here this afternoon.
Jeter will get things started for the Yankees. Jeter with a double in the ball game, a couple of hits last night. Has started the ball game off with singles in each of the first 2 games. And he takes strike 1. Jeter, Swisher, and Teixeira here in the first inning against Liriano. Strike 2. Jeter with a double, his 26th extra base hit of the year. Only had 39 extra base hits last year. Doing very well against lefties this year. And he pops this pitch up to center field. Span trots over. 1 away.
A good start for Liriano. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Liriano with that 4-seam fastball. He'll run in on righties. The 2-seamer will have some sink. The hard slider had a very good changeup.
Nick Swisher moving up to the 2nd spot in the batting order. Swisher, as most of you know, a switch hitter. Twins have done a nice job pitching to him this year. Some power, some versatility. That's what Swisher brings to this Yankee lineup. They picked him up during the offseason. Eric Hinsky just a week or so ago.
Brings a good attitude, too.
2-0.
Swisher's father, a former catcher at the major league level, Steve Swisher. So I was talking to Nick the other day. He pretty much grew up around the ballpark. He's got a great attitude, great clubhouse presence, a guy that has a lot of fun playing the game of baseball. And that's important to have in New York because, you know, there's so much that happens in New York. You need some personality in that clubhouse, and Swisher a big highlight in that clubhouse.
3-0 to Swisher. And Tim Timmons calls that one a strike.
Swisher came up with the Oakland A's, spent some time with the White Sox before coming over to the Yankees last year.
And Swisher's taken 5 pitches. Mainly fastballs here to Swisher. We'll see if Liriano tries to get him with the slider. Fastball hit on the ground to short. Punto over there. Now over to Morneau, 2 down. Seems to be an imbalance, at least in terms of wins and losses in the Chrysler Key Stat. The Yankees pretty much taking care of everybody in the American League Central. They've had problems within their own division, however.
Yeah, 15-17 in the East Division, but the 15-5 in the Central, 10-4 in the West, and an interleague play 10-8.
They have had a hard time against the Red Sox, like the Twins have had against the Yankees. The Red Sox have won all 8 meetings between Boston and New York. Ball 1 to Teixeira. And now 2-0. Liriano fell behind Swisher 3-0 and got him on a ground ball. And Teixeira, like Swisher, a switch hitter.
Well, Teixeira 0 for 6 lifetime against Liriano with 5 strikeouts. But now Liriano falls behind again.
3-0 with Alex Rodriguez on deck.
4 switch hitters in the lineup here this afternoon for Joe Girardi.
Three and 1 with Redmond back behind the plate. Hoping to get a 1-2-3 first from Liriano. Foul by a couple of feet. Had it stayed fair, Busher might have been able to catch it. 3-2.
The ball hit sharply right here. Busher pretty much guarding the line anyway. Ball just hooking foul.
So in 3-2, Liriano got Swisher on a ground ball with a fastball. We'll see what he gives Teixeira. Might have been the slider. Tap foul.
Teixeira's a right-handed hitter, hitting .366. 4 of his 20 home runs have come from this side of the plate.
Got him. That might have been the changeup. Good first inning for Liriano as the Yanks go down 1-2-3. Score first. They haven't had a lead in this series yet. Menard's batting order for the finale. Denard Span leading off. Matt Tolbert hitting second. Then Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Jason Kubel, the 3 lefties hitting in succession again. Michael Cuddyer, Brian Busher, Mike Redmond, and Nick Punto.
And on the mound this afternoon, Alfredo Azezi's making the start for Chin-Ming Wong, who was put on a disabled list, making just his first start of the year, his 5th career start. made 4 for the Yankees last year. And 2 of his 5 wins in relief came against the Twins in that 4-game series in New York.
Inside to Span. Seves, who's been outstanding out of the bullpen, getting a start here today. He's got a limited pitch count today. The Yankees don't have any illusions that he'll be around in the 6th or 7th inning. 1-1.
Yeah, 65 to 70 pitches is what Joe Girardi and Dave Island, the pitching coach, looking out of for Seves here this afternoon.
1-1 to Span. Scalded. Lifting Teixeira off his feet. A wicked one-hopper for the first out. Northland Ford defense for the Yankees. Teixeira very good at first. Cabrera in left, Gardner in center, Swisher in right. Cano and Jeter up the middle, Ransom in at third base for Alex Rodriguez, who's the designated hitter, and Posada catching that day game after the night game last night.
Yeah, 2-time Rolling Gold Glove winner Mark Teixeira made a nice play on that. Little wake-up call.
Here's Tolbert. Brendan Harris had been hitting second for the Twins, but take another look at Teixeira.
Wow.
One and 0 to Tolbert. Inside again. Brendan Harris had been hitting second and been doing well until we turned the calendar page. He finished the month of June at 288, and now a week or so into July his average has dropped to 265. 2-1. So Harris gets a break today out of the starting lineup. Punto moves over to short and Tolbert moves into the second hole. That's hit to left on the line. 2 very well hit balls for 2 outs. So Span had his on the button. Tolbert hits his sharply, 2 away, and that'll bring up Joe Mauer. Mauer with the 5 at-bats last night, 5 plate appearances, now listed on top in the American League in hitting. Hanley Ramirez is leading the National League at 346. Jumps onto the chart well ahead of the second place hitter Ichiro, the Firestone leaderboard showing Mauer at 388, and then Ichiro 32 points behind. Justin Morneau's climbed back up to 5th. 1-1.
Of course, Joe Mauer, a lot of patience at the plate. He'll try to work the count in his favor. Not afraid to hit with 2 strikes.
And a liner to center, and that's down for a hit. So Mauer, the designated hitter, gets a designated hit. That'll get Morneau to the plate with a man aboard. So everything against the Seves has been hit right on the button.
Oh, fastball pretty much right down the plate right there. And Joe, good solid swing. Put some top spin on it. And Gardner plays it on the first hop.
Seves pitching from the stretch for the first time. And the first pitch outside.
Yeah, Seves in relief, worked 40 innings. He walked only 7, 1 intentional with 34 strikeouts. He did give up 5 home runs. Justin with 21 home runs on the year. Good changeup right there. That's supposed to be his best pitch.
But again, you figure it out, 21 games, 40 innings, that averages less than 2 innings per appearance out of the pen. The Yankees just putting together one of those staff games here today in the hopes that they can complete the sweep. 1-1 to Morneau. Swing and a foul.
Robbins, in his last appearance, 4 innings against the Toronto Blue Jays, picked up his first Major League save in a win over the Blue Jays.
1-2 to the Twins' first baseman. Bounced foul. Twins have tried to beat the Yankees a bunch of different ways for most of the series in New York in May. They got an early lead and tried to hold on to it to the end, and it didn't work out. Now in this series, the Yankees have scored first, and Twins were right there, just a hit away throughout the game last night. Just couldn't get that hit. So as Ron Gardenhire said afterwards, we need to find a way, any way, to win a ball game here today.
How about a 2-run home run? That was a ground ball to Teixeira.
Hopper hit right to the first baseman, and the Twins are down in the first.
Oh, it's 0-0 at the end of an inning. I am Robbie. It's Mikowski. Francisco Liriano takes the ball today a day earlier than he normally was scheduled to pitch, with Glenn Perkins missing last night's start due to a high fever. But Rick Anderson, the pitching coach of the Twins, said everything's been normal. The bullpen's been normal. The rest is normal. And look at his performances as of late. He's becoming back to the normal Francisco Liriano we're used to seeing, going 7+ innings in 3 of his last 4 starts after he's done it just twice in his first 13 starts this season. And the other thing, Bert, he's lowered his ERA slowly but surely over the last 7 starts. Over a point now it's been. Do you expect to see the normal Liriano today, just like we saw in the first inning?
Oh, you hope so, Robbie. I think, you look at Liriano, he's a guy that really hopefully can, beat the Yankees here this afternoon. Good pitch right there. That has to be a strike. See Anderson right there, the pitching coach, kind of putting his head down.
Oh, goodness.
Tim Timmons behind the plate. This is a pitch as a pitcher that you want right there. That's a good pitch.
I'm not 2-2. There was a pitch in Swisher batted. Like a fastball right at the knees of the ball.
Well, you see that last pitch right there. That's why I think Liriano's starting to find his groove, because he not only worked inside, that last pitch had a nice little sink on it, outer half of the plate. So doing a good job of working both sides of the plate.
Slider missing, and it's a full count. So 3 straight 3-ball counts here to Swisher, Teixeira, and Rodriguez. Full count to the Yankee designated hitter. He missed inside. To clarify, yes, Liriano's moved up a day, but the Twins had an off day on Monday. So in reality, Liriano is pitching today with his full 4 days of rest.
Right.
It's just that because of Perkins becoming ill yesterday, the pitchers aren't getting the extra day. Leadoff man's on here in the second, and that'll bring up Posada. Posada catching last night and again here today. Bert mentioned one of the 4 switch hitters in the Yankee lineup. Big swing and a miss.
Good pitch right there. Again, outer half of the plate with some sink on it. Posada hitting .339 as a right-handed hitter. One of his 11 home runs coming from the right side of the plate.
One strike to Posada. And now a ball.
With that two-seamer down and away, Liriano hopefully get a ground ball right here. Posada not quick out of that batter's box. 6 double plays turned behind Liriano so far on the year.
Came inside and missed. 2-1. Redmond and Liriano to have a chat.
This might be about home plate umpire Tim Timmons right here, as far as, you know, where he wants that. Maybe he's not. Redmond might be coming out. You know what? He's not giving us much inside. Let's work outer half of the plate. Timmons going out to the mound to try to speed up the game a little bit. You have umpires like that. I had a lot of them that, you know, you had to have about maybe an inch or 2 of that inner half of the plate for them to call it, but they'd give you maybe 2 or 3 inches outer half of the plate.
2-1 to Posada. Drilled to the left field corner, but foul. You know, I think you're right. I think that's exactly what that was about. As Redmond got down into his crouch, there was a little conversation over Redmond's left shoulder between the catcher and the umpire. If the pitcher has an issue with the umpire, it's best to let the catcher handle it, right?
I think Redmond's still talking, you know, to him about it. There's the pitch right there. You see a pretty good pitch.
And it's not just that one. There have been 2 or 3 others that have been
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can be said behind the mask of Mike Redmond, whereas a pitcher, if you're out there maybe throwing your hands up or arguing with an umpire about balls and strikes, that strike zone's going to get smaller.
Runner goes and the pitch is taken. There'll be no throw, and Rodriguez has a steal. Best example of that is a Terry Cooney ejecting Roger Clemens in a playoff game 12 years ago, whenever it was, because Clemens was vocal in his displeasure with Cooney's strike zone.
Well, stolen base for Rodriguez, his 3rd of the year.
Another full count with Liriano already up to 27 pitches. Nobody out here in the 2nd inning. And he missed inside, and that one got Redmond. Or did it hit Posada and deflect up and get Redmond?
Yeah, I believe it hit Posada and then got a piece of Mike Redmond.
That got Redmond in the jaw. Redmond just back into the lineup after taking a foul tip off his right forearm in the series finale in Kansas City.
Take a look at the pitch right here. It got the Posada's back foot and then kind of caromed right into Redmond as he kind of turned his face a little bit right on the left jaw.
Liriano's had games like this where visibly frustrated with the strike zone. Innings and games have just completely crumbled in front of him. Needs to try to find a way to get out of this 2nd inning here with Cano at the plate. 2 men on and nobody out. Ball 1.
Well, you would think maybe a sacrifice situation right here for Cano, but he has no sacrifices on the year.
29 pitches, just 14 strikes for Liriano. Manager's up on the top step. Pitching coach has been standing for a while. There's a strike, 1-1. Nowhere near Redmond's target, but the inside corner was called.
I talked earlier about the 6 walks that Liriano had against the Yankees in that game in New York. Funny part was all 6 walks that he had, not one of them scored in that ball game. Gave up 1 run, 4 hits in the 6 innings. Redmond will move late. Turning.
Colbert knocks it down and has no play. Error charge to Tolbert, a snap bat and a 1-hopper off his glove, and they're loaded with nobody out.
He tried to get that short hop right there. Cano kind of jammed himself, hit that little short hop to Tolbert, and Tolbert almost tried to turn the double play too quick right here. You see him kind of turn his body and get himself ready to throw to second base where Punto was covering, but the ball never really got in his glove. So Tolbert charged with an error, just his 2nd of the year. That's not good when you face the Yankees. You cannot give them more than 3 outs an inning.
Infield back, Cabrera at the plate. Out in front, strike 1.
We've seen some great plays made so far in this 3-game series.
Gomez in center. Creedy at third. 1 strike to Cabrera. You mentioned the 6 walks against the Yankees. Well, you would expect them then to try to wait Liriano out, take a lot of pitches here today, and here in this 2nd inning he's accommodated them with a walk, a hit batter, now an error. They've got a threat with the bases loaded, and he's throwing a no-hitter. Speed pitch over for strike 2.
Well, Liriano leads the staff in strikeouts. 88 strikeouts in 96 2/3 innings coming into this ball game. He'd like to get one right here.
Got a strikeout of Teixeira with a changeup, but most of his strikeouts seem to come on the slider. And it was the slider, and Cabrera was waiting for it. Rodriguez walked, he's at third. Posada was hit by a pitch, he's at second. Cano reached on a Tolbert error.
Need a little 1-hopper back to Liriano.
How about Cabrera? 1-hop smash to Busher. And a 5-4-3 triple play. 2-2. Quick 1-2-3 first, although there were a couple of 3-ball counts in the inning. And a sluggish start to the 2nd inning. Now a full count. "16 pitches for Liriano in the 1st inning, 21 so far here in the 2nd, and he has not recorded an out."
A big pitch right here. Let's see if they go to that 2-seamer down and away. Just throw a strike.
Pulled foul. Over Liriano in his 2nd start of the year in Chicago in that frigid afternoon. Sailing along through 4, and it was the 5th inning that just would never end. Hoping to get an out here in this at bat. Popped up, short right field. Kadir setting up. There's the catch, and Rodriguez not going anywhere. 1 away. Big first out in the inning. And that'll bring up Ransom. So a long battle won by Liriano, and now the Yankee third baseman. Ransom played some at third base when Rodriguez started the season late.
Yeah, Ransom just getting activated on June 24th, where he was on a disabled list with a right quadriceps strain.
Middle infield playing back corner infielders, even with their bases. 62 at bats on the year for Ransom. And a strike. Just 4 walks, 18 strikeouts, so the numbers suggest that Ransom is susceptible to striking out. And there's strike 2.
Good spot for a strikeout right here.
2 strikes to Ransom. Up high. The hit chart showing where Ransom puts the ball in play. Infield, outfield playing him pretty much straight up. 1-2. And now 2-2.
Ransom, 33 years old. He came up to the big leagues with the Giants, spent some time with the Astros.
The 28th pitch of this first inning, or second inning, for Liriano. And now another full count. Just as importantly, perhaps, this will be his 45th pitch of the game, and he's only gotten 4 outs. He's got a short start from Scott Baker. Decent start from Anthony Swarzak yesterday. And Liriano spinning his wheels a little bit here in the second. And a bases loaded walk for the first run of the game. So the Yankees get a run without a hit. Here comes Rick Anderson to try to settle Liriano down. A quick trip to the mound. It's about the only thing about this second inning that could be called quick. And we talked about it certainly last night, maybe even the night before. You want to beat the Yankees, your best approach is to play error-free ball. Well, now here we are in the second inning, and they've got a run on the board and a chance to break the game open. They don't have a hit yet.
Yeah, but it also comes down to pitchers. You know, pitchers have to attack the strike zone. Baker here the other night tried to nitpick too much. You know, Anthony Swarzak, even though he worked, 4 1/3 innings, still threw 91 pitches in 4 1/3 innings. And here this afternoon, Liriano, 45 pitches with 1 out here in the second. Trust your stuff, attack.
And if you feel you've gotten squeezed once or twice by the umpire, just deal with it, I guess, huh?
You have to deal with it. Now here's a test right here.
Ball 1.
Brett Gardner.
Gardner got a big 2-out, 2-run single in the second inning last night. Biggest hit of the ball game, probably. Put the Yankees up 3-0 early. And now 2-0. Twins were the only hit in the game. 2-1. Gardner with 2 big hits with the bases loaded, driving in 4 runs. A check swing foul and a bit of a break for Liriano. That was going to be ball 3, and instead the count is even.
Yeah, Gardner on the year in the 7 games against the Twins. He's hitting .348. They're hitting the knob of the bat. To even the count at 2-2.
Two and 2 to the number 9 hitter. That pitch looked to be inside. Gardner took a hack at it. Morneau playing in front of the runner at first. If Gardner pulls it to him, looks like he's going to come home for the force. A lofted foul. An incredible 35 pitches this inning for Liriano, with just 1 out on the board and no hits. Posada's at third, Cano's at second, Ransom's at first. Chopper to Tolbert, and they'll get the force play there. That's it. A second Yankee run scores with Posada trotting in from third.
Yeah, Gardner getting credited with an RBI, his 18th of the year.
So 2 runs are in. Jeter will hit with runners in the corners and 2 out. Jeter hit a fly ball to center to start the ball game. Little flare into right center, and that'll fall for a hit. 3-0 Yankees. And Gardner moves to third base. First hit of the ball game, and it drives in the 3rd Yankee run.
Yeah, Jeter coming into this ball game a career .322 hitter over his career against the Twins. Right there, picking up an RBI, his 36th of the year. Right off the end of the bat, and softly into short right field.
Kelleher's got to get rid of all the batting equipment that's been dropped in his lap in the first base coach's box. So 3-0 New York. They had a 3-run second inning yesterday, and in the opener they had a 3-0 lead at this point of the ball game. Swing and a miss by Swisher. That's a lot of gear. I don't know. I gave it to you a few minutes ago. Up and away. So this will be the 40th pitch this inning. The arm guard that Mick Kelleher still had on his wrist. 1-1 to Swisher. And now they've got a runner picked off. Here comes a runner home. And Redmond waits for Gardner. So the Yankees put a play on. And Gardner thrown out at home to end the second inning.
second inning again, like they have had so far this series, but they did catch a break. There's a play that just happened where Gardner takes off from third base on a pickoff throw by Lariano to first. The problem is that was not a play. The only person that knew that we were going to do that was Gardner at third base. When the third base coach went into the dugout to see the manager, Joe Girardi was shaking his head. When you have a pitcher that is struggling throwing strikes and in a little bit of a jam, you don't want to run yourself out of an inning, especially with the lineup you have coming up. Definitely not a play, definitely something Gardner maybe even saw last night in another ball game and thought he'd try it. Big break for the Minnesota Twins.
Well, he took off as soon as Lariano delivered the pickoff to first.
Dick, and the thing was, and you called it, it did look like a play because of that. But the problem is, he did not have a big lead at third base anticipating the throw. If it was a play, Jeter would break early, the throw would go, and Gardner would be almost halfway down the line because Lariano couldn't see him. He just saw that, I guarantee you, he saw that the other day. It worked. It didn't work here. Not a good move by the New York Yankees.
That was a great move by the Yankees.
Yeah.
Got us out of that inning.
I agree with you, but I'll take that back.
Run till you're out. 2 strikes to Kubel, and he drives it deep to center. Gardner going back, and it is gone, a home run. So the Twins get one back. They're the only team in this series that has hit a home run. Not much consolation. They've hit their 3rd solo home run of the series.
And home run number 14 on the year for Jason Kubel.
An 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, fastball, good extension, straightaway center. And the Twins come right back, and it's a 3-1 ball game.
And now Kadire, who has one of those solo home runs. Hit one 2 nights ago against Sabathia. Going back to the first inning, everything that the Twins hit, well, not so much Morneau's ground ball. That was a 2-hopper to Teixeira. Span, Tolbert, and Mauer all hit the ball sharply, and now Kubel starts the 2nd inning with a long home run to center. 1-0 to Kadire. 2-0. Aceves wants a different baseball.
Now, home runs are tied between these 2 ball clubs throughout the season. Twins have hit 9. Yankees have hit 9. Of course, all theirs hit at Yankee Stadium. But all the home runs by the Twins have all been solo home runs.
2-0 to Kadire. Strike on the outside corner.
Where the 9 home runs by the Yankees in New York created 14 runs.
Three and 1. And now Kadire draws a walk. Now batting stance guy is back in Twins baseball, and today we begin a new feature called Guess the Stance. Who is this major league player? I think he's in this game. Cody Ransom. If you'd like to text a guess, we'll tell you how here in a minute. Stay tuned to the Quest Twins Live postgame show for the answer. Here's Brian Busher getting the start at third base. Got a pinch hit for the Twins late in the ball game last night, and he takes ball 1. You can text your reply to short code 234-234. Well, Aceves, who's not used to starting, at least not this year with the Yankees, pitching as if he's a little unsure on a handle a 3-0 lead. up a home run, a quick walk to Kadire, and now falling behind Busher. And a strike in the outside corner. Tuesday night, the Twins were behind in the bottom of the second, 3-0. Last night, they were behind in the bottom of the second, 3-0. And now that ball thrown away. And Kadire picks himself up, runs to second, and they're going to hold him there. So Aceves having a hard time throwing the ball to the plate, and now a tough time throwing it to first.
Oh, good throw right here. Might have gotten Kadire because he was just starting to take his lead. And right there, got back, but the ball getting past Teixeira. Aceves would be charged with an error, allowing Kadire to advance to second.
It's going to be a different world for Aceves. They're looking 3, 4, maybe 5 innings. Of course, he's out there. He knows he's got to complete 5 innings to get a win. He's got an early lead. It's got to be a different environment when things really have to break right as a starting pitcher for you to get a win. Check swing. Did he go? Strike 2.
Swing that third base umpire saw right there. Scott Berry.
Popped up left side. Ransom never saw it. Jeter's out in short left to make the catch. Cody Ransom had no idea where that ball was. 1 down. And that'll bring up Redmond. The last regular season game that the Yankees will play here.
That at bat by Busher right there, not a good at bat, only because he did not advance Kadire over to third with nobody out. Kadire still at second now with 1 out.
Redmond the batter.
You see the Teflon baggie up there. Day games, of course, a little bit harder to see the flight of that ball than night games.
Strike 1. Twins answering a 3-run top of the second with 1 so far in the bottom. And lifted foul. 2 strikes. Twins had a couple of years. In fact, they were back-to-back years when they went winless against the Yankees. In 2002, they went 0-6. In 2003, they went 0-7. And they won their division in each of those years. First 2 years of Ron Gardenhire's managerial career. Just outside 1-2. That said, Twins don't want the Yankees to sweep them here. See if they can come back and win a ball game. In advance of the White Sox series starting tomorrow night. The White Sox are about ready to open up their series finale with Cleveland. Bouncer left side. High hop for Ransom. And he throws low by Teixeira. Redmond will go to second. Kadire will score. Ransom had a weird hop. It looked like it hit the edge of the rug and skipped up on him a little bit, and then he delivered a terrible throw across the diamond to Teixeira.
Well, the Yankees scored 3 unearned runs in the top of the inning, and the Twins taking advantage of a couple errors here by the Yankees in the bottom of the second inning. Teixeira could not pick it right there. That allows Kadire to score from second base. See that ball skip right by him.
So now the Twins have scored 2 with just 1 hit in the tying run at second, with Punto coming to the plate. Ron?
Well, Dick, what happens on a ground ball like that, especially when you got to make a long throw from deep third base, the ball hit the lip of the turf. It came up on him high into his chest. And what it does, it changes your momentum. You try to play through the ball towards where the ball came from and then to first. It pushed Ransom back a little bit and got his footwork out of sync, and he made a low throw.
Punto takes a fastball for strike one.
You see where that ball hits the lip right there. It kind of came up on him.
Now see where it pushes him backwards? Even though it doesn't look like much, it pushes his momentum back towards left field, and he didn't take that extra crow hop step that he had time to do to make a good throw.
Swing and a miss, 2 strikes. Hitless with a handful of walks in this series. Tapper to the right side, and Cano flips to Teixeira, 2 away, and Redmond moves up a base. Second out, and of course, that's a good play with nobody out, but in this case with Redmond, who does not run well at all, that still might be a significant advance, getting Redmond to third for the Span event. There's no guarantee certainly that Redmond would score from second on a hit to the outfield. See if Span can get that hit. Hit the ball hard his first time. A hard one-hop smash right to the glove of Teixeira. Ball 1. Last night the Twins started to come back in the third inning when A.J. Burnett uncorked 3 wild pitches. Two and 0. Up 2 and 1.
A good changeup right there. Ganisevic, that's maybe his best pitch is that changeup. Control of the fastball has not really been there. 38 pitches, 25 strikes. And he's from Mexico. Originally signed by the Blue Jays and traded to the Mexican League.
Take by Span, 3 and 1 with Tolbert on deck. Three and 1 to the Twin center fielder. Now 3 and 2. There is no pace to this game. It's not a slow pace. There is none. Full count to Span. Strike 3, the inning ends. The Twins come back with 2 with just 1 hit. A home run by Jason Kubel, and it's a 1-run game. Minnesota moment, and it's brought to you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com. Plan your next Minnesota vacation today. That, of course, the Mall of America in Bloomington, the largest fully enclosed retail and entertainment complex in the United States. 4.2 million square feet of space. 7 old Yankee stadiums would fit inside the Mall of America. Well, here we go to the third inning. And a first pitch pop up to the right side. And Morneau with the catch, 1 away.
And that's what Liriano needs right there, some first pitch outs.
You can ask us a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Today, Samantha Willis from Minneapolis wondering, how late does a starter stay at the park the night before a day game?
Well, most pitching coaches will leave that up to the certain pitcher who's pitching the day game, after a night game. But myself, I did not like leaving the ballpark. I wanted to watch the game because something might happen late in a ball game that might affect my outing the next day. So I always stayed. There are some pitchers that I pitched with that had that day start after a night game, and they left, maybe the third or fourth inning. It's all really up to the individual.
I would think if I'm one of the other 24 guys on the team, I'd appreciate it if the starting pitcher watch the game that maybe I was pitching in or playing in. There's a strikeout and a quick second out in the third.
Well, again, it's up to the individual and the personality of that pitcher. So Liriano getting his second strikeout, both of them being marked to Sheriff, and now for some reason he has been able to strike out to Sheriff 7 of 8 plate appearances.
Here's Alex Rodriguez, started the second with a walk and scored the first run coming in on a walk. Ball 1. And now 2-0. Liriano did not pitch well in the second inning, but again, all 3 runs scored against him were unearned runs. He walked the leadoff man. He walked in a run. He hit a batter. Gave up just 1 hit. And now Liriano deflects it over to Tolbert, who picks it up and fires. A good 1-2-3 third inning, and a nice recovery inning for Francisco Liriano. guess I've always been of the mind that food always tastes better outside. So if Famous Dave's is going to be a Target field, I think the barbecue is going to be even better next year. The real challenge in Minnesota, of course, is proving that in January when it's 5 below. Liriano with a much better third inning. Tolbert, Mauer, and Morneau facing Aceves. 2 strikes. Wasn't exactly a joyride for Aceves in the second either.
Well, one error that he committed, and then the error to Ransom. So 2 runs, the Kubel home run, and then 1 unearned run.
Off the handle of the bat, a little bouncer to Cano, 1 away. And that'll bring up Mauer.
I mentioned before, Aceves originally signed with the Toronto Blue Jays back in 2001, then traded to the Mexican League, where he pitched 6 seasons before signing as a free agent by the Yankees.
What do you know about the Mexican League? Where would you place that in terms of professional baseball here? Is it, would you say double A, triple A?
Double A level, I believe, yep.
Here's Mauer.
I know former Twin Jock Jones is down there trying to refine his swing a little bit.
Breaking ball over, strike 1.
A lot of players that, it's almost like an independent league, just I think a little bit higher. Guys go down there, try to refine their game a little bit, hopefully get back to the major league level or just a professional team again.
I think I remember this right. Years ago, didn't Tony Oliva go down to Mexico to manage?
I'm not sure. I just ran into Tony downstairs.
I believe he did, and I believe indirectly that's how the Twins ended up with Houston Jimenez as their shortstop. Tony had seen him down in Mexico and suggested the Twins sign him. 2-1. Yes, he's had power this year. Hit a home run again last night, his 15th of the year. 2-1. Now 2-2. And an off-speed pitch gets a strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Aceves picking up his second strikeout. Good curveball right there.
Tomorrow night, the Twins open up a 3-game series against the White Sox. Their first trip to the Dome here. And not that man, but those sunglasses will be given away to the first 10,000 fans, courtesy of Graph Optical. All 833 Twins are log on to twinsbaseball.com.
It's the beginning of a bad adventure right there.
Here's Morneau. Right off the end of the bat, a foul. Despite the Twins' difficulties against the Yankees and the East in particular, where right now they're 6-18, they do have the best record within the American League Central. Out in front of the changeup, 0-2. Twins 15-11 against the Central. And they played the fewest games of the 5 teams within their division, and that'll start changing tomorrow night. To right field, off the end of the bat a little bit, and Swisher makes the catch, and Aceves comes back with a much better third inning.
earned runs against Liriano, who threw a lot of pitches in that second inning. Only 7 pitches in the third inning to retire the Yankees 1-2-3. Kubel with the home run, his 14th of the year.
Here's Posada. Outside, ball 1. Posada was hit by a pitch in the second inning after Rodriguez had walked. And Cano hit a bouncer that bounced out of Tolbert's glove. It was a bases loaded walk. An RBI single. It was just a mess. The Yankees got 3 runs out of it, 1-1. Fouled away. White Sox game with the Indians is underway. We'll update that a little bit later. The real intrigue is in Charlotte. The White Sox AAA affiliate, Bartolo Colon, supposed to start tonight, but they don't know where he is. White Sox can't find him. His agent can't find him.
I hope he knows where he is.
He's physically not the most invisible person in the world. You'd think he'd be easy to find, but they don't know where he is. 1-2. And now 2-2.
Jorge Posada, 37 years old. This is his 15th season with the Yankees. 5-time American League All-Star. First joined the Yankees back in 1995.
Tapper left side. Nice stop by Punto. Springs to his feet. Oh, what a great play. Not in time. But Punto with great athleticism making a great play, and Posada just able to leg it out for an infield hit starting a 4.
Yeah, good effort right there by Punto. Posada gets the second hit for the Yankees.
Affleck trivia question, matinee version.
Affleck.
He was the last Twins player to lead the American League in extra base hits. Might be Morneau this year. Here's Cano. That's hit hard into the right field corner. Posada around second, on his way to third. Cano goes to second. The Yankees have a quick threat. The ball getting away from Tolbert, but Morneau backing it up. Have a quick threat here with a pair of hits in the 4th.
A lot of good hitters in the lineup. Robinson Cano hitting over 300. Jumping on that first fastball, hitting his 23rd double of the year into the corner. Kadire gets it back in quickly.
Here's Cabrera. Came up with the bases loaded, nobody out in the second. And Liriano got him to hit a shallow fly ball to right for the first out. Middle infielders playing back. They'll concede a run. Corner infielders up and a swing and a miss in the first pitch. Now a shallow fly ball to left. Punto's out. And calling him off is Kubel. So Cabrera with a couple of futile at-bats in run-producing situations. He's come up with 5 men on, 4 men on in scoring position with nobody out, and he's hit a little pop-up each time.
Yeah, the first time on a 3-2 pitch, the fly ball to Kadire right there. Fastball in, and he created that pop-up, and it looked like Kubel had a tough time finding the ball, but once he tracked it, he called Punto off. You want that outfielder to take a fly ball like that over the shortstop. Posada at third base, not good speed. Don't know if he would have scored if Punto had caught that ball.
And now Ransom, who drew a bases loaded walk that plated the first run of the game in the second inning. Fastball away. Liriano breezing through the odd-numbered innings and struggling in the even-numbered innings. Down low. There is a call to strike. I beg your pardon. 1-1, I guess. I'm not sure.
That's a strike. Called it a strike.
And now signaling the count's 1-1. Base hit to left. It'll score one. Cano will be held at third. Kubel gets the cutoff man Busher. So 3 hits in the inning and another run. Ransom driving in his second run of the ball game.
Yeah, Ransom not getting a lot of playing time because Alex Rodriguez is the everyday third baseman. But the fastball, see Redmond wanting it away, left out middle in, and Ransom getting the RBI single.
And now Gardner, who drove in a run with a fielder's choice. Hit a ground ball to Tolbert, beat the relay to stay out of the double play, and got a run batted in. Ball one. Liriano ended up getting out of that second inning on a pickoff move with Gardner trying to score from third. Here there's only one out. Yankees with 4 runs on 4 hits. Two and 0. Field corner, but foul.
I've seen a lot of Brett Gardner, but very quick bat. Very, very quick bat.
I think everything he does is quick. He might be one of the fastest runners in the American League.
He gets in front of that batter's box, almost a lot like Johnny Damon. Hanging out over the plate a little bit.
3-1.
Young man, just 25 years old, signed by the Yankees in 2005. Their number 3 pick.
Ransom chased back to the bag. Base hit to right. Gardner with another run-producing hit. And the Yankees have at least 2 more here in the 4th.
Lower part of the lineup now with 4 of the 5 RBIs.
And 4 hits in this 4th inning.
Well, the count worked in Gardner's favor. Got it to 3-1. Liriano came in with a fastball. Rick Anderson back out to the mound.
R.A. Dickey, who had to have an extended stint here 2 nights ago warming up. fans who remember Liriano from a few years ago when he was dominant are wondering why he's not dominant and what he needs to do to regain that dominance.
His fastball is not really that far off where it was, 3 years ago. He threw 94, 95. Now he's at 91, 92. It's just the control of the fastball, the sharp slider.
This actually seems to be a peculiar inning for him. Most of the big innings that he's had to put together against him, generally control seems to be an issue. Here, although he's fallen behind some hitters, he's given up 4 hits. Chopper to short. See how many they can get here. 1, 2, and that'll put an end to the 4th inning. 2 for the Yanks, and they lead by 3. Service with Quest high-speed internet. By Grand Casino Mille Lacs and Grand Casino Hinckley. Expect grand. And by Chrysler. From power and efficiency to innovation and style, it's the way our vehicles come together that sets us apart. Chrysler. Jason Kubel leading off the Twins' 4th, and he takes ball 1. Yanks back in front by 3. Graham, Minnesota is here.
You're here by circle.
North of the Twin Cities here a little bit. Foul back, 1-1. Kubel cranked a home run to center field to get the Twins on the board. Seves had kind of a messy 2nd inning, and then he came back with a 1-2-3 third. 2-1. 55 pitches for the converted relief pitcher. 2-2.
Good changeup right there.
Seves being asked to do here today what the Twins a few times in '87 asked Juan Berenguer to do: come out of the pen, make a few starts. That's nubbed, and Posada fields it in fair territory and throws him out.
Another good changeup right there. Kubel way out front, right up the end of the bat.
Aflac trivia question and answer.
Aflac! Last Twin.
I'll go Kirby Puckett.
Aflac!
Zoilo Versalles in his MVP year of 1965. Inside to Kadire. That's to the gap in left center and hit deep. High off the wall, and Kadire nearly cranks one out. Instead, he's got a one-out double. It's the second ball in the last two games that has missed by about a foot from going out.
Kadire hitting it sharply right there, his 19th double of the year. Hit a home run here a couple nights ago. Maybe a little off the end of the bat, but he's so strong right off the top of the wall. Gardner gets it back in. And a one-out double for Michael Kadire.
And now Busher, who hit a pop-up to deep short his first time up. Base hit to center. Kadire, holding at second, will just advance to third. So a sharp single to center by Busher. Now the Twins get the tying run to the plate.
Well, good at bat right here. Busher on that breaking ball, taking right back up the middle. Kadire, watch him hold right here. Has to make sure it gets through. And he advances over to third.
Ball hit so sharply, you couldn't have scored from second anyway. Wouldn't imagine. So now Mike Redmond. David Robertson warming up in the Yankee bullpen. So the Twins trying to answer Yankee runs in the top half of this inning. Redmond with runners at first and third and one away. Redmond hit the two-hopper to third that hit the edge of the rug and ate up Ransom a little bit. This one lifted foul down by the Yankee bullpen. Kadire at third. Across the way, Busher at first. Just off the plate, 1-1.
Well, coming into the ball game, the Yankees saying that Aceves is on a pitch count between 65 and 70. He's at 63 right now.
Nice block by Posada, keeping not only Kadire at third, but Busher at first. Of course, you were always a starter, so you were never in this situation. But I was saying before, it's got to be a weird feeling for a starter to start a ball game knowing that things have to break just right. I've got to throw no more than 15 pitches in an inning to even have a chance at picking up a win.
He's not been able to do that. We're with one out in the fourth.
3-1 to Redmond. And Redmond's hit. The bases are loaded, and that might be the last pitch he throws. Redmond, not someone anyone would want to walk. And a 3-1 pitch hitting Redmond in the leg. So the Twins threatening in the bottom of the fourth, and Robertson will come in.
circle.
Saturday night, the Twins Hall of Fame grows by 2 new members, Brad Radke and George Brophy. You can be part of the history by coming out to the Dome. Twins and White Sox at 6:10, and prior to the game, Radke and Brophy posthumously will officially take their spots in the Twins Hall. George Brophy passing away a number of years ago. Fisher Nuts, the proud sponsor of the Twins Hall of Fame, and they'll be providing 5,000 commemorative pins, so come early. Tickets available by calling 800-3310.
Everett Robertson coming in relief in his 3rd stint this season with the Yankees, making his 23rd relief appearance. Very good, 2.66 ERA in 20 and a third innings. 12 walks, 1 intentional with 29 strikeouts. Good fastball, good curveball.
And Punto takes a strike at the knees. Go just the 4th inning. And Aceves comes out of the game with the lead. Of course, he can't qualify for the win. Robertson in position to do that if he pitches effectively, but Punto trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Up high, 1-1. Situations like this early in the season across the board, but particularly it seems in these Yankee games, Twins have had some very frustrating at bats. There was one last night, a similar spot with Michael Kadire with 2 outs. Up high. And the Twins in the season series with the Yankees seem to fall into that trap where the hitter is on the defensive in a situation like this, when in reality it's just the opposite. Two and one. Three and one. And Punto doing a nice job taking some pitches and putting more pressure on the new pitcher.
Again, Robertson 12 walks in 20 and a third innings.
Span on deck. And now a full count. Trying to dig themselves out of a hole here. Yankees have had a couple of 3-run leads this afternoon. Struck him out. 2 down.
Robertson coming back with a good straight over the head type of fastball and just overpowered Punto.
Span, who struck out with a runner at third for the final out of the second, comes up in an even bigger spot here. The Twins had a Kadire drive to left center, miss going out by about a foot. He's now at third. Busher at second, Redmond at first, but now 2 are gone. Robertson does a nice job coming back from 3 and 1 to strike out Punto. Ball 1. Span, of course, one of the most patient Twins hitters in the lineup. Punto striking out for the 29th time against 29 walks. Not close, 2-0. As he returned the ball to Robertson, pointing to his left shoulder. Three pitches in roughly the same spot.
Robertson, 24 years old, with the Yankees last year, 25 relief appearances.
Joe Girardi in the foreground, Tony Pena in the background. 3-0 to Span. And now the Twins get a run on a bases loaded walk, as Robertson misses with 4 straight.
Dyer scoring for the second time in a ball game. Span picking up an RBI, his 28th of the year. Dave Island, the pitching coach, out to talk to his young right-hander.
A big at bat coming up for Tolbert with Mauer and Morneau behind him in the lineup. Tolbert on the day, a liner to left and a ground ball to second. Low ball 1. The Yankees decided to start Aceves rather than call up Sergio Mitre from their Double-A team. And maybe now they're suffering the consequences of that. Aceves never was intended to pitch deep into the ball game, but what they were relying on were guys like Robertson and whoever might follow to, if given a lead, to be able to protect the lead. 2-0 to Tolbert. And a strike.
So Girardi right there next to Tony Pena, former manager of the Kansas City Royals. Now the bench coach.
Jonathan Albaladejo warming up, just starting his warm-up tosses. 3-1. With Mauer on deck. Remember, Robertson struck out Punto but fell behind him 3-1.
Got to take a pitch right here. Make him throw a strike.
Bases loaded walks, and it's 5-4. So the inning for the Twins with a couple of hits after 1 out. Both sharply hit, Kadyr's double, Buscher's single, and then Redmond hit by a pitch. Now a couple of walks, and here's Mauer with the bases loaded.
Tolbert getting an RBI, his 12th of the year.
Well, wouldn't this be a good spot for a non-solo home run? Mauer 1 for 2. Single to center and a strikeout. And he takes ball 1. Two career grand slams for Mauer.
They hit one earlier this year in Chicago off a left-handed pitcher, Jimmy Gobble.
He has thrown 17 pitches, 4 strikes, 3 of them to Punto.
And you could almost bet Mauer's going to take a pitch right here. Make him throw a strike.
And he does on the outside corner. Two and 1 to Mauer. Got a breaking ball and topped it into the Yankee dugout. 2-2. Struggling with his fastball. the control of it. Robertson gives Mauer a curveball, and he taps it foul. Joe struck out on a curveball by Aceves back in the third inning. 2-2 for the Twins' designated hitter. Bounce to the right side, and Robertson gives back a couple of runs. The Twins leave the bases full. It's 5-4.
Ball game into the fifth inning. I am hanging way out here in right center field in the Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle with $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Joel, who made the trip in from Lake City with his grandkids, and we're hanging out way up top. $100 worth of lottery tickets your way. It is your first Twins game. Joel, how are you liking the view from up here?
It's not too bad out here. I'm impressed.
You're impressed. It's a nice view. It's not as bad as you think being this far up, guys. Trust me. The only thing you can't really see is in right field if a ball goes down there to Michael Kadire somewhere. Other than that, it's a good time out here.
Very nice seats up there, Robbie. Why don't you stay up there?
Ball one.
Those fans will not have the problem at the new field. Be able to see all the players.
Lake City, by the way, just beyond Red Wing, Minnesota, right on the southeastern part of the state, southeast of Minneapolis, St. Paul. 2-0 now, big inning for Liriano. He needs to have a good inning, get the Twins off the field, and see if they can finally work out a lead here against the Yankees. 2-1. Swisher with a bouncer to short and a pop-up to Morneau. Another swing and a miss at the changeup.
Yeah, two very good changeups in a row to Nick Swisher.
Yankees took a lead, getting 3 runs on 1 hit in the second inning.
Now a slider.
And he brings Swisher to his knees. 1 down. Let's go to Robbie Ince-Mikowski for a Dodge game break.
Exactly, guys. As we look at the American League Central Division, the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago White Sox were tied at 2 headed into the second inning. And thanks to Kelly Shopik, a grand salami has put the Indians ahead 6-2. Hopefully they hang on in Chicago and the Twins could rally up here and get one past the Yanks and get themselves right back in the mix of things in the American League Central. Still out here, Bert.
Teixeira with a deep blast to left. He finally makes contact against Liriano and hits the first Yankee home run of the series. And for Teixeira, his first home run in 97 at-bats.
A home home run number 21 on the year for Mark Teixeira. Fastball dealt high, and Teixeira does not miss it.
Teixeira ending a terribly long home run drought, going nearly 100 at bats without a long ball, and now a solo home run and a 2-run Yankee lead. Ball 1 to Alex Rodriguez. Well, the White Sox struggling with Clayton Richard on the mound. He's had some disappointing starts as of late. Now he's given up 6 early runs to the Indians. David Huff gave back 2 runs in the bottom of the first. We'll see if he can hold the second lead for the Indians. R.A. Dickey warming up for the second time. And there's a strike, 1 and 2 to Alex Rodriguez. Two and 2. And the slider strikes out Rodriguez, out number 2.
Strikeout number 4 in the ballgame for Liriano. That home run allowed by Liriano, that was his 14th home run allowed. 13th to a right-handed batter, but he comes right back with a good slider to strike out Rodriguez.
Posada, a couple of runs scored, hit by a pitch in the second, leadoff single in the fourth. Strike 1. Over the top of the slider. Strike 2. And Liriano strikes out the side but gives up a home run to Teixeira. The Yankees are back in front by 2. With 5 innings pitched, 6 Yankee runs, 3 of them earned. Robbie Ince, Mikowski, Ron Coomer, Bert Blyleven, and Dick Bramer for the series finale against the Yankees. Yankees have turned the game over to their bullpen. Robertson wobbled his way through the 4th inning, walking in 2 runs, and now the middle of the Twins lineup Morneau, Kubel, and Kadire will, on the one hand, try to get the runs back, and on the other hand, try to be patient with Robertson, who's had a tough time throwing strikes. 20 pitches, only 7 over the plate. And Morneau looks back at Tim Timmons. Two strikes to Morneau. Morneau heading to the All-Star game. One of 3 Twins going. There are 3 Yankees who will go to St. Louis. And a fastball, foul tip, and Morneau glaring back at Tim Timmons for the first called strike. 1 down.
Yeah, Robertson picking up his second strikeout.
Baseball's biggest stars head to head. They'll be meeting in St. Louis. The 2009 MLB All-Star game. Coverage begins Tuesday live from St. Louis at 7 p.m. only on Fox. Bauer will be starting behind the plate for the Twins. Here's Kubel. Ball 1. Kubel started the Twins' comeback in the second inning with a home run to center. His 14th of the year. Missing the outside corner again. For the Twins, their 91st home run. With Teixeira's home run on the top of this inning, the Twins have allowed 97 home runs. With that gap narrowing. Robertson hits the outside corner, 2-1. Three and 1 with Kadire on deck.
Should get a fastball right here.
And he misses with it. Activity in the Yankee bullpen. They are not going to have a very long leash with Robertson. In fact, Joe Girardi coming out of the dugout right now. He has not, well, now he has signaled for Albo Ladejo to come in and relieve Robertson. Dells, July 17th through the 19th. Join Anthony, Ron, Marty, and the Quest Twins Live crew for your chance to be on TV. Play golf with Roy Smalley, perhaps, win prizes and more. You've got 8 days to book your trip. So log on to wisdells.com for more info. Third pitcher of the day for the Yankees, and it's Jonathan Albaladejo.
Albaladejo making his 21st relief appearance, his second stint with the Yankees this season. 23 1/3 innings. He's walked 10, 2 intentionally, with 14 strikeouts.
Albaladejo with a fastball and strike one to Kadire. Kadire's reached twice and scored twice. Nearly hit his 15th home run of the year to left center his last time up. Pulled foul, 2 strikes. Twins playing from behind as they have throughout this series against the Yankees. Kadire in a tough spot with an 0-2 count. Earlier in the ball game, back in the second inning, Jason Kubel hit a home run on an 0-2 pitch. Now he's at first after a 1-out walk. Curveball, and a slow one at that. Kadire out in front, 2 down.
Albaladejo with a very good curveball, big slow curveball. 6'5", about 260. Kind of pulling the string right here, where a curveball becomes almost like a changeup. And Kadire way out front.
And now Busher, a pop to short, and a line drive single to center. Ball one. Busher getting the start at third base. Joe Creedy started last night. Getting today off, getting ready for the White Sox series. And Busher takes outside 2-0. Twins scored a couple in the fourth, but they left the bases full. Find themselves down by a couple of runs. And a nearly full house here today. Little League teams, 2-1. Second to miss, 2-1. Twins, one of the few teams in baseball that has drawn more fans than they did a year ago. Most teams have seen a noticeable decline in attendance because of the economy this year. At the knees, and it's 2-2. Down and away, 3-2. Redmond on deck.
Mark Teixeira going to let the pitcher know he's going to play behind him at first base. So Kubel will get a good lead. All right, Brian Busher, a little extra base hit here.
Kubel goes, and Busher fouls it back. This is typically a soft spot for most teams, and Yankees have fared better in these situations with the people they have than most teams. Chopped over the bag, but fouled on the third base side. The challenge for Busher and the Twins is to get something done here in the middle innings with the Yankee bullpen into the game. Another 3-2 to Busher. And he takes ball 4. So in the inning, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And this snail's pace of a game continues with Redmond coming to the plate.
Yeah, 5 walks so far for the Yankee pitching staff to the Twins here this afternoon.
Redmond has reached on an error and had been hit by a pitch. Ball-time strike. As a Twin in his 4 prior years, Redmond is hitting at a 308 clip. And this year, of course, he's had an assortment of injuries. The batting average has taken a hit. Good time for a base hit here. 2 strikes. Playing for the first time in a week after taking that foul ball off his right forearm last Thursday in Kansas City. 2 strikes. Albaladejo to Redmond. Half swing and got him. So 3 strikeouts and 2 walks in the inning, and the Yankees still lead by 2. Before the All-Star break.
Well, most pitches he's thrown in a ball game, 117, came 3 starts ago in Milwaukee.
Cano with a wild swing and a miss. Cano, Cabrera, and Ransom facing Liriano. One and one. Two and one. R.A. Dickey warming up again. It seems inevitable he's going to pitch in this game. The question is when. Will Liriano be able to get through the 6th inning here? Is Liriano just asked to get the left-hand hitting Cano here and then maybe a pitching change? Now he falls behind 3-1. Clips the corner to fill the count.
Liriano with a couple walks in a ball game. Both walks coming in that 3-run second inning. Five strikeouts for Liriano.
Little chopper to Busher. Kind of a sideways hop. And he delivers a strike across the Cano, 1 away. Follow the Twins on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit twinsbaseball.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. One gone in the sixth. Liriano will get the switch hitting Melky Cabrera. DJ Carrasco's come into the game in relief of Clayton Richard and issued a bases loaded walk. And the Indians are expanding their lead to 7-2 in the top of the third. Hit a long ways, but very foul, 1-1. Twins trail the White Sox by a game and a half. They would need to pick up some ground to be able to simply win 2 of 3 and get ahead of Chicago by the break. 2-1. Been a long afternoon for both managers. And Rick Anderson has spent most of this game, it seems, standing up. Here's a drive down the line. Fair! It skipped right across the baseline. And Cabrera has a double with 1 out in the sixth.
Cabrera picking up his first hit of the ball game, his 13th double of the year, and for the Yankees their 7th hit. Looks like a changeup right here. Cabrera just dropping the barrel of the bat, the ball landing right on the line, and Kubel gets it back in.
Ron Gardenhire given a new baseball by Tim Timmons. He'll hand deliver it to the mound, but he'll not hand it to Liriano. Instead, he'll give it to R.A. Dickey, who comes out of the Twins pen in the sixth. High speed pitch brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet.
Sayas at 91, Liriano at 90.
Wasn't much that came easy for Liriano today. A very long and difficult outing for him. And R.A. Dickey comes in with the Twins down a couple of runs, a runner at second and 1 out.
R.A. Dickey worked here on Tuesday night, 3 1/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, a couple strikeouts. He threw 55 pitches here on Tuesday night in the 10-2 loss to the Yankees.
Ransom with a bases loaded walk to drive in a run in the second, and then an RBI single in the fourth. And there's strike 1 from Dickey. Right off the end of the bat, strike 2. Hear from Mick Kelleher today at all? You're labeling him a good fielder, but he couldn't hit.
No, I didn't talk to him today, but he knew that. It's no surprise.
Two strikes to Cody Ransom. Nice block by Redmond. So Dickey, who's seen the ERA come up a little bit here in his last week's worth of outings or so, just under 3. Half swing, but it's strike 3. So 2 away. You know, if you just took Dickey's numbers, Bert, if you just ignored the fact that he's a knuckleball pitcher, or a pitcher who throws a knuckleball, the hitter flinched, the catcher flinched, everybody had a tough time with that one. If you just look at his numbers, they're all good. I mean, 279 opponent batting average, that's okay. Walks are within reason. He's kept the ball in the ballpark. He's hit a few batters and, of course, has some wild pitches. Here's Gardner.
Oh, what makes him so valuable is what he's doing right now. 55 pitches thrown here on Tuesday night. You know, save, maybe Matt Guerrero, Joe Nathan from having to come into a ball game, or Jose Majares, and they were used last night. Other than Majares was used last night, but this guy, I always say in Little League, this pitcher's got a rubber arm with that knuckleball. That's what R.A. Dickey has.
One and one to Gardner. He, as Bert has said, been a real pest in this series. 2-1. Turns down a couple runs. Don't want to be giving any more back to the Yankees here. There's the outside corner, 2-2. And now a full count. And Jeter on deck.
A lot of times you'll see R.A. Dickey in this situation throw a fastball, but I think right here with the runner at second, look for that other knuckleball on 3-2.
Very effective outing for Dickey. He strikes out the 8 and 9 batters, and the Yankees strand Cabrera at second.
of the fourth inning. Jorge Posada up. Nick Punto, great effort right there. Diving for the ball, bouncing right back up, but Posada beats it out for an infield base hit.
The Frost Brew Coors Light Freeze Can. And it's Punto who will lead off the bottom of the sixth against Jonathan Albaladejo. Indians have opened up a 9-2 lead over the White Sox, and they're just in the middle of the third inning. And the White Sox are on their third pitcher of the day. Punto, Span, and Tolbert. Ball one. Punto with a bouncer to second. And in a key spot in the game, one of the bigger at-bats of the game. The reliever Robertson came in, fell behind him with the bases loaded, 3-1, and came back to strike him out. Bouncer to second, an easy play for Cano. One down. And what made that at bat so important is what followed. Robertson then issued bases loaded walks to both Span and Tolbert, and the Twins got back to within a run. Now Teixeira home run has expanded the lead to 2. Span 0 for 2 with that bases loaded walk in the fourth. To right center field, a lot of hang time, and Gardner to the gap to make the catch, 2 away. And now Matt Tolbert. Albaladejo got out of the fifth by striking out a couple of batters. Now a couple quick outs here in the sixth. Outside, ball one. Two and out. Yankees, of course, or the Twins, of course, will host the White Sox this weekend. The Yankees head out to the West Coast to take on another team that's been going pretty good lately, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, although the Rangers have won the first 2 games of that series.
And who would have thought this late in the season that Texas would be, giving the Angels a run for the money? Right now, Texas leading that Western Division by 1 game over the Angels.
I guess the Angels won the first one. Texas won the next 2 games in that series. Some concern about Torrey Hunter of the Angels. He's had a groin pull since he slammed into the wall making a catch, and going to get that checked out. 3-1. Tolbert trying to get aboard in front of Mauer. And Tolbert takes 2 strikes to fill the count.
The Yankees warming up Phil Polk down in their bullpen.
Two hopper to Jeter. And the inning ends. A good 1-2-3 inning for Albaladejo. On to the 7th with the Yanks up 6-4.
pest right there, right out the end of the bat. He gets an RBI in that 3-run second inning. Jason Kubel coming back at the bottom of the inning, hitting his 14th home run, a solo home run. Couple walks for the Twins in the 2-run fourth inning. Colbert right there, but Mark Teixeira finally got a base hit, an extra base hit off of Francisco Liriano. He had struck out 7 of 8 times against Liriano. Then he hit the home run in the 5th inning.
The other night, Dickey struck out Derek Jeter. He'll face him here leading off the 7th. First pitch tapped to short. 1 down. So Dickey coming in and stabilizing things a little bit. At least that's what the Twins hope. If he can hang up a 0 in the 7th, maybe the 8th. See if the Twins can come back and take one back from the Yankees, the way the Yankees did it to them in New York.
Yeah, I think here this afternoon, every pitch that Dickey has thrown, it's been the knuckleball. You know, a lot of times we'll see him start with a fastball, but you know, talking to Wakefield, talking to Dickey, a lot of days, you know, they have the good feel for the knuckleball. Other days, it's so-so, so they'll go with other pitches.
How much of any of that might be related to who's catching him? Ordinarily, Dickey comes in. Of course, it's Mauer behind the plate, and now Redmond today.
I think you know, you have confidence in your catchers that they're going to use that big glove and try to catch it. But I think Dickey today just has a better feel for that knuckleball.
1-1 to Nick Swisher.
It's kind of like a fastball pitcher having good control of the fastball. One day you have it, one day it's just not as good.
On the left field line, a long run for Kubel, and that's a foul ball. Now, I don't know. There's nobody on base. I could have sworn I saw Redmond put down one finger, and I thought I saw Redmond throw the knuckleball.
Or Dickey throw the knuckleball?
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, one might be his knuckleball.
Ordinarily, one's always a fastball, right? But if it's a knuckleball pitcher,
that's his main pitch. Yep.
Let's see what happens here. It's 1-2.
2 might be the fastball. 3 might be a breaking ball. Redmond with that oversized glove. They went 3 and then 1. And there's a knuckleball.
2-2. Hit hard but foul.
That looked more like the fastball there.
One of the things that Tim Wakefield does so well, he'll throw the fastball and get the hitters in position where they want to hit the pitch, whether it's a strike or not. And sometimes he'll throw his fastball but never throw it over the plate.
There's a 1 again.
A little number back to the mound. I have to ask Mike Redmond about that, but it seems as if the signal 1 from the catcher means the knuckleball.
Right.
Another baseball unplugged on tap for this evening at Majors in Apple Valley beginning at 7 p.m. 2 hours of baseball family fun, and it features host Michael Kadire, and his guests tonight are A. Dickey and Mike Redmond. You can ask him that if you'd like. Baseball unplugged at Majors in Apple Valley. For all the details, please visit twinsbaseball.com. Huge swing and a miss by Teixeira. 4 up, 4 down for Dickey. Teixeira cranked a home run to left against Liriano after striking out against him a couple of times. 2 strikes. And it ended a string of 96 at-bats without a home run for Teixeira. Flip foul.
That's what's always amazed me about knuckleball pitchers. That knuckleball actually almost looked like a 2-seam fastball that went away. The first pitch to Teixeira was a knuckleball that looked like a slider, down and in. Make that ball move.
Another 2-strike pitch coming to Mark Teixeira. Hit hard to right, but a liner, and Kadire comes in to make the catch. A 1-2-3-7 for R.A. Dickey. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. By Dodge, live strong, live bold, live now. Dodge, grab life. And by Aflac, we've got you under our wing.
There's our Mountain Dew fan of the game. Get it all in there, young man. Yeah, there's some left.
And brush your teeth afterward.
Eat the paper, too.
Phil Koch, who pitched last night, gave up a home run to Joe Mauer, will come in and try to get him leading off the 7th here.
Yeah, Koch making his 41st relief appearance, 3.19 ERA. He's allowed 6 home runs, 2 of them this season to Joe Mauer. 1 in New York and then 1 last night.
And then Morneau's also homered against him. So it'll be Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel. And the Twins have a couple to make up here. Down by 2 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. And that'll be a base hit. And the ball rolls by Ransom as it rolls by the bag. Mauer has attempted that a number of times, but not bunted fairly, and with Ransom playing a deep third base, that's an easy base hit.
Here's a guy that you faced the last 2 times, once in New York, once last night. You hit home runs off of him, so what do? You bunt. You get on. Twins down by a couple runs. Smart play right there by Joe Mauer.
So that gets Mauer aboard with his 2nd hit. And here's Morneau, who's 0 for 3. A ground ball, a fly ball, and a strikeout. And Koch struck him out last night. Bouncer to the right side. Cano to second. Out there, and that's all they'll get. So Morneau retired. Or Morneau reaching on a fielder's choice. Mauer retired at second, 1 away. And now Kubel. Kubel hasn't had any success against Koch, and of course isn't as proficient against left-handed pitching as the 2 hitters in front of him.
Yeah, 14 home runs on the year for Kubel, all of them against right-handed pitchers.
Called strike. See the splits on Kubel. Half swing, and they'll appeal. I think he went. Yep, strike 2. Twins left the bases full in the 4th. Took a couple of walks, left them on base in the 5th. Now trying to take advantage of Mauer's leadoff bunt single. Strike 3, smothered by Posada, 2 away. Should be fun on Sunday with Joe Girardi coming out to make a pitching change. The favorite elements for the Twins, baseball, and the first 5,000 fans will get a Twins growth chart courtesy of Clements. And then before the game, the annual mascot softball game will be played. TC has invited his friends for the always hilarious duel on the diamond. For tickets to Sunday afternoon's game against the White Sox, call 800-33-TWINS or log on to twinsbaseballday.com. My favorite mascot, Larry the Liver. We'll look forward to seeing him on Sunday. Fifth pitcher of the ball game, Michael Kadire, will take more swings against Philip Hughes, whom he faced last night.
Hit a fly ball to right field for the final out of the 7th inning for Phil Hughes. The numbers making his 19th appearance. Hughes came up as a starter in the Yankee system, now put into the bullpen. He made 7 starts this year. 3 wins, 2 losses overall.
Kadire scored a couple of runs, a walk a run scored, a double a run scored, and then a strikeout. Ball 1. Hughes with a toss to first. One and 0 to Kadire. 2-0.
He was just 23 years old in his 3rd season with the Yankees. Little pinky, meaning fastball away.
Kadire with a foul tip, 2-1.
And the pitcher's pitch, good pitch down and away.
And a foul fly, 2-2. He was the fourth reliever used. Pretty good chance at this point that at least one more reliever will be used. The guy who closed the game yesterday for the Yankees. Kadair trying to tie the game up with one swing. Morneau will try to advance, and Posada's throw gets him at second base. Nice recovery by Posada, and the Twins make it out on the bases. And we head to the 8th, down by 2. The Twins in all 7 games. Like those Twins cowboy hats. Like wear those down in Texas. Out of the break, we go down to Texas for the first time.
Yeah, I think you should bring yours.
We look right at home with a Twins cowboy hat down in Arlington, Texas. 1 strike to Alex Rodriguez. 2 strikes. Over 40,000 here this afternoon. Biggest crowd of the 3-game series. Good crowd on hand last night. Of course, this is New York's only trip here this year. 1-2. Twins averaging over 27,500 per game. Too tall for Tolbert, and Rodriguez has a base hit. A leadoff single here in the 8th. There are only 4 teams in baseball that are averaging a larger attendance per game than the Twins. Of course, the Yankees, and of course the Angels, the Red Sox. Detroit is the only team, other than those 3, averaging more fans per game in the American League than the Twins.
And Detroit having an outstanding record at home, 25-12 on the year.
Here's Posada. Tigers have enjoyed first place positioning for a while. Strike 1. And if in that economically challenged part of the country, baseball can be a diversion for some people who've lost jobs and all that, then it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Down and in, 1-1.
Well, Rodriguez at first base. He stole a base back in the second inning. Jose Mahara starting to loosen up. Posada hitting as a left-hander for the first time in a ball game, hitting .266 from this side of the plate.
2-1. Wide of the Yankee dugout. 2-2. Pretty good play by Posada there. Morneau tried to get a jump in advance into scoring position, and kind of a off-balance pickup and throw by Posada, and it was right on the bag to get Morneau. Two and two. Dickey and Redmond will chat about it.
Dickey kind of pointing to his eyes, saying maybe a tough to see the signs. We've seen Posada, some other catchers use, maybe the whiteout on their nails. There's shadows that are created when catchers try to give signs.
Rodriguez goes, pitch fouled back. Two and two to Posada. And a long look and then a step off. Dickey pick off some runners this year with a very good pickoff move.
I think Steve Little, the bench coach, sensing something's up right here.
Three and two. And Rodriguez, who did not go on that pitch but did on the prior pitch, will likely take off here, I would think, with a full count.
Strike him out, throw him out. That's what he meant by that. He will be going.
Not going, and there's a strikeout, a foul tip, and Redmond hangs on.
He didn't go because he didn't get a very good jump right there. Talking to Mick Callagher. Ron Gardenhire out.
So Dickey giving up just one hit in 2 innings worth of relief work. He strikes out Posada.
Yeah, right there you see Rodriguez wanted to go, but was really unsure, and he did the right thing, stayed around first base.
Another good inning for R.A. Dickey as he takes this game into the 8th inning, and Jose Majaras will come in to face Robinson Cano. Twins through the series have had some good defense. Home Depot doing more on defense.
Yeah, I saw Gomez right there taking maybe a grand slam away from Rodriguez. Joe Creedy in last night's ball game Here, Michael Kadire in last week's ball game. Perfect relay to Nick Punto. Joe Mauer going out a base runner. Perfect throw.
And so now in front of over 40,000, and the Twins hoping to stage a late inning comeback. Maharis comes in with 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah, Maharis worked in last night's ball game, 1 shutout inning. That ERA down to 2.08 for Maharis. He's worked 26 innings, 21 strikeouts, with 12 walks, 1 intentional walk. Good job by R.A. Dickey coming in, 3 strikeouts. In 2 innings worth of work, we're leaving Francisco Liriano.
Cano has scored a couple of runs. He reached on a Tolbert error in the second and scored. Doubled and scored in the fourth. Then hit a ground ball to Busher in the sixth. Maharis has been very, very tough against lefties. And he drives a fastball over the inside corner. Maharis overall a .216 batting average, but against lefties an .075 batting average, just 3 hits allowed in 40 at bats. And it's not like he's blowing hitters away. He's only got 10 strikeouts. But he's allowed the left-handed batters to put it in play meekly. Look at the difference. Right-handers have fared very well against him, but lefties have all but had no chance.
Well, he's a left-hander that's not afraid to throw left-handers inside, then that hard breaking ball away. Heading the count right here.
Rodriguez goes and the pitch line foul. Two strikes. Cano's handled left-handers very well. He's actually hit them better than right-handers so far this year. 1-2.
That time Maharis went to the slide step to try to keep Rodriguez close to first.
And lifted into the seats. Still 1-2. Pitched 5 1/3 innings. Dickey went 2 innings. And now Maharis, you mentioned the slide step. Now when you first came up, I mean, now pitchers are coached that. That's one of the things they really address in the minor leagues, being able to control a running game from the mound. But that wasn't a point of emphasis when you were first.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I watched Jim Cott, Jim Perry, very good at that. Marv Grissom, my first pitching coach. Got me to utilize that slide step right off the get-go. Of course, I had a high leg kick out of my windup, so if I do that out of the stretch, my goodness, I'd steal second, third, and probably home. So you just try to get that ball to the catcher as quick as possible, but not take anything away from your stuff out on that pitching rubber.
2-2. Again, he spent most of his day standing up, it seemed like.
All his focus is on the pitcher. Watching the delivery, making sure he keeps that right shoulder in.
Fly ball to center. And Span with the catch out, number 2. So a long at bat, but Maharis retires Cano, and now the switch hitter Cabrera. Cabrera with a double his last time up. A couple of outfield flies preceding that. Red Sox are trying to come back on the Indians. It's 9-6 now in the top of the 5th. Strike on the outside corner. Tigers are idle today. They'll take a lead over the White Sox into weekend play. Here's a drive to deep right field. Kadire in the corner makes the catch. So Maharis comes in, gets a couple of outfield flies, and helps finish off a scoreless top of the 8th.
By a pair of runs headed into the bottom of the 8th inning. I'm Robbie and Smikowski, and I invite you to stay tuned 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game for Quest Twins Live featuring the Toyota post-game wrap. We're going to talk about bottom feeders. If you can believe this, in the 3-game series here at Minnesota, the Yankees 7, 8, and 9 hitters have combined for 13 of the 20 RBIs for the Yankees this entire series. You'd think guys like Jeter and A-Rod and the rest of them would contribute more. Plus, stealing a run is our instructional. And Ron Gardenhire's reaction all coming your way after the game, gentlemen.
Kadire with a line shot on the first pitch from Phillip Hughes, and Swisher's able to make a running catch on a very well hit ball. 1 down.
Yeah, thank you very much, Robbie. You know, he made a good point right there. I mean, you look at the Yankee lineup, you see Jeter, you see Teixeira, Rodriguez, you know, and you think, my goodness, what a lineup. But then when the lower part of your lineup, like the Yankees have, are able to contribute, it's a tough ball club. Tough ball club to pitch against.
You know, one of the things that's been evident here, and Robbie's point well taken, the bottom of the lineup been very productive here. The Twins, thankfully, can match the Yankees, I think, in terms of top flight talent. The Twins have 2 of the best players in the game in Mauer and Morneau. And if it's a wash between Rivera and Joe Nathan closing ball games. I mean, at the very top end, the rosters can match up pretty well. Where the Yankees have the advantage, of course, is in the depth. And maybe it's that depth more than anything else that's spelled the difference in this season series. I mean, in New York, Mauer and Morneau had pretty good series out there with a cluster of home runs. They were all solo home runs. 1-2 to Busher, who got a single against Hughes in the ball game last night. And Busher got a piece.
Well, we just showed you Joe Girardi. Yankee managers, they are given a lot of talented players, and it's up to that manager to kind of combine that talent into a winning ball club. Joe Girardi, of course, taking over for Joe Torre.
Morales hitting for Mike Redmond in the on-deck circle. Busher strikes out, 2 gone in the 8th.
And Hughes picks up his second strikeout in relief. Excuse me, his first strikeout.
Morales hitting for Redmond, who'd gone 0 for 2. Yesterday at this time, Mariano Rivera was down on the bullpen mound warming up. Here, he's just down beyond the bullpen mound stretching. Getting ready for the 9th inning, presumably. 1 strike to Morales. Strike 2. 14 pitches, 10 strikes for Hughes. He got credit for a third of an inning in the 7th, even though he didn't retire a batter. Morneau tried to advance on the pitch blocked by Posada. One and 2. Two and 2. Morales 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter. 338 as a hitter. 65 at bats in his series of call-ups. Three and 2. 6 walks against 10 strikeouts. Punto on deck. Serve to left and it'll twist foul. Fastball, mid-90s. Morales strikes out. Hughes has a clean 8th inning. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Over 40,000 here at the Dome, hoping that the Twins can snatch a win away from the Yankees late. But the Yankees have a lead 6-4. And Jose Majares will now pitch to Jose Morales, with Mike Redmond taken out of the game. Cody Ransom, Brent Gardner, and Derek Jeter. First pitch lifted foul into the upper deck. Two runs batted in for Ransom, once on a bases loaded, one on a bases loaded walk. One punched into right field, and a long run for Kadire. Nice running catch right before he got to the line, and he puts it away for the first out.
Good concentration right there by Kadire. Had a long way to go to get that fly ball out. And Majares retired all three batters he's faced on all three fly ball outs.
Here's Gardner. Gardner drove in a run with a fielder's choice, and then with a single in the fourth. And Majares delivers strike one. Strike two with a breaking ball.
Yeah, two good sliders.
Rivera warming up. Looks like he'll get the ninth inning, the bottom of the ninth. To the net. Fastball got him, two down.
Well, just blew him away right there. Majares picks up his first strikeout. Three straight breaking balls and overpowering him with a fastball up in the strike zone.
Two down, and Jeter coming to the plate. Jeter with an RBI single in the second. A couple of grounders to short and a fly to center. Ball one. Two and oh. Red Sox hosting the Royals tonight. Yankees, if they win, will be even with the Red Sox in wins. Started the day a game behind Boston. At the knees, 2-1. Twins in danger of falling back to the 500 mark. At 43-43. And starting the final weekend before the All-Star break, 4 games behind Detroit. 2-2.
Oh, nice grab by the fan. Brought his glove, stood up, the ball went right into the glove. Ball hit sharply. Look at, he just stands up with a white jersey. So I'm right here. Joe Mauer jersey.
Breaking ball down and in, a full count. foul back. Yankees, of course, last year didn't get into postseason play. A huge embarrassment for the whole organization. And a tough way to start your Yankee managerial career. 3-2 to Derek Jeter. Cleveland leading the White Sox now 9-7. That two-run Indian lead securely in the hands of the Cleveland bullpen.
Jeter looking at his bat, asking for a new bat.
Sure it's his. 3-2. Just off the plate. Maharis thought he had strike three. And now Nick Swisher.
Ron Gardenhire's going to come out.
A little extra glare toward the home plate umpire there.
Wow.
Didn't want to have to bring Guerrero into this game with a right-handed batter or a Swisher up, but Maharis got 4 outs before the walk, and now he'll be taken out.
Good job by Maharis. Second relief appearance. Perfect 4-0 out of the bullpen. 2.58 earned run average. 26 strikeouts. Only 7 walks in the 38 1/3 innings. He's been asked to pitch so far this year.
It's not so much that the Twins would prefer Swisher to hit one way rather than the other. It's just Maharis, I think, with his pitch count up to 23. If he had pitched too many more, it might not be available for tomorrow night's game. So protecting the left-handed reliever for the Chicago series tomorrow. The Twins will hand the ball to Guerrero in hopes of getting off the field here in the top of the ninth.
Well, Matt has allowed only 1 earned run over his last 20 appearances, covering 16 innings.
Swisher, a couple of ground balls, a pop-up, and a strikeout. Ball one. Yankees taking control of the game in the second. The Twins haven't been able to get control back. And a curve misses. 2-0. Mentioned the Chicago series starting tomorrow night. The Twins have announced that Nick Blackburn will take the start for the Twins in the series opener.
Yeah, they're hoping that Glenn Perkins can work the Saturday ball game, and then Scott Baker on Sunday.
That's to left center field. And Span ends the inning. Guerrero gets the job done. Twins will try to walk one off. Yankees leading by 2 in the ninth.
Yeah, 3 unearned runs given to the Yankees in the second inning. Kubel hitting a solo home run. Rivera asked to get the final 3 outs here, looking for save number 23 on the year. Picked up his 22nd save in last night's win over the Twins.
Punto bunts it foul. That cutter hard to hit. And I think Punto just found out that's hard to bunt. That the pitch seemed to bore right in on the handle of the bat.
The numbers on Rivera: 22 saves and 23 save opportunities. Rivera, an inning and a third save in last night's game.
And 2 quick strikes to Punto. Rivera came in. He got Morales to line out in the 8th, and then set down Span, Harris, and Mauer quickly in the 9th. Twins need a bloop and a blast to get it tied up. To Hopper to Teixeira, 1 away. And that'll bring up Span.
.504 career saves for Rivera, most ever in American League history, and second most all-time behind Trevor Hoffman. He has 573 career saves.
First came to the Yankees as a setup guy for John Wetland. Span takes a cutter in there for a strike. And through it all, Rivera has been just about expressionless, just stoic, calm, confident, missing with the cutter 1-1. Chop to Cano. And a couple of weak ground balls to start the 9th inning. Harris will hit in Tolbert's spot, trying to keep the game alive for Mauer. Harris called out on strikes facing Rivera last night. Pitch up and fouled it back. And Harris keeps the game alive. A pitch hit single to left, and that'll give Mauer a chance representing the tying run.
You could almost bet that Harris went in there, felt that at bat, looking for something in, because that's the pitch that struck him out, even though it looked on our replay a couple, 3-4 inches inside, and Harris opening up quickly and does keep the game alive with a base hit.
Mauer hit a line drive to Jeter to end the ballgame last night. He's now 3 for 6 in his career against Rivera. All 3 hits singles. Harris isn't being held on. He can take second if he wants it, and he'll go. Strike on the outside corner. Mauer, little dialogue, maybe a monologue with Tim Timmons. And 2 quick strikes. Mauer with a single to center, a line drive, and then a bunt single leading off the 7th. Yankee bullpen's been very good here tonight. Robertson struggled, but after that, Cope, Alba, Ladejo, Hughes, and now Rivera. Twins down to their last strike. Pulled to first. Teixeira has it. And the Twins are swept in 7 games by the Yankees and fall back to the 500 mark.
Well, good riddance.